So the DNC fraud lawsuit hasn't received much attention in mainstream media, if any. No one's talking about it. But it is going on. There is a lawsuit, a class action lawsuit against the Democratic National Committee. It was filed by Elizabeth Beck, Jared Beck, and handled by others, co-counsel as well. Colin O'Brien is one of the co-counsels. Nico House worked on the case. It's a very intriguing case. The judge is still examining it to see if we will go to the next step. This is important. So not only have you not been hearing about the DNC fraud lawsuit to any effect, other than through independent media channels, we have now some really eerie, scary developments in that lawsuit. Someone phoned the offices of Elizabeth and Jared Beck. The phone number that they used was that none other than the office of the DNC. Now, you may not be aware, but this is illegal. This is considered tampering with the case. This type of contact is not allowed when you are the party of a lawsuit. You cannot contact a prosecutor or an attorney or anyone related to the case. You cannot do that. That's against the law. But the problem with this is what we need to determine is if this call was made by someone actually at the DNC or if this was someone spoofing. I have no way to know that. But what I do know is that Elizabeth and Jared Beck filed a motion with the court and informed the court of what happened. So anyone out there who believes that this is nothing, there's nothing to it, well, I will tell you this, Elizabeth and Jared Beck went on the record. Going on the record means something in this country. Whoever made this call used a voice decoder, a voice scrambler to change the pitch and tonation of their voice. You know, like in the movies when they change the voice.
Like in Scary Movie or something?
So anyway, that's part of it. And if that wasn't scary enough that you're getting calls from the DNC, which break protocol, which break the law, allegedly, possibly, right? Because we don't know if that's actually where it came from. I'm sure there are millions and millions of teenagers who are glued to a story that's not getting any coverage to the point where they would think it would be a good idea to spoof it. It's not that big a story, obviously. Like I said in the beginning, people are not covering the story. But we're not done yet because the next day, if I'm not mistaken, the very next day, co-counsel was contacted, this time not in an office but at their home. And the person who contacted co-counsel, Colin O'Brien, made reference to Barronton Wisenet. Now, Barronton Wisenet is a Florida prosecutor who was found dead at a beach in Florida. It looks like he suffered either a shotgun wound to the head or was hit with a blunt object. He was fully clothed, wearing a suit. He had valuables on his possession, or in his possession. Yeah, creepy, right? So put it together. DNC fraud lawsuit. Co-counsel. Creepy phone calls. At their residence. Referencing a dead prosecutor in Florida. Oh, did I mention that these are all these parties that I'm listing are located in Florida? Yes, everybody's located in Florida. The same district of Debbie Wasserman Schultz. Now, I'm not saying that Debbie Wasserman Schultz called anyone. I can't even prove that this was more than just a kid playing on the phone. But it's eerie. And like I said, it's eerie, it's weird, it's unsettling, particularly if it was you or I, right? Not only did this caller to Colin O'Brien make reference to a deceased man who's it appears was murdered, but they also made reference to his family. So what we need to do to help the DNC fraud lawsuit continue, and what we need to do for those who are courageous enough to go up against the powers to be, which is the DNC, is we need to amplify this case and amplify these people. Because if we're quiet, you become an easy target. But if you stand out, if you are loud, vocal in the public eye, it is much harder for this type of smear, and worse than smear. I don't know what this means. But for any type of negative actions to take place, it's easier to do it if there's no attention. So we got to amplify Jared Beck, Elizabeth Beck, Colin O'Brien, and all those working on the DNC fraud lawsuit, because we don't know, do we? We have no idea. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. See me at timblacktv.com and subscribe to this channel. I'll give you an update as soon as I get one.
I tell you guys, funky stuff, funky stuff.